I know in an earlier video I showed the RTL TCP on OpenWRT and then accessing that through the network with Gqrx. So just wanted to take it one step further and do the same thing, except for I'm going to access it over the TOR network. So all I did on DragonOS was install TOR. I went ahead and edited the torsocks.com file. All I did was come down and uncommented the allow inbound and allow outbound lines. And then went ahead, and started TOR. It's already running. Got to give it some time. It's got to sync with the TOR network. So over on the OpenWRT, now for the purposes of this video, everything is wired together. Just made it easier to record, but I did try this on 2 separate networks. Again, the performance was not that great. So over on OpenWRT, I went ahead and did a O-package update. It's already done. And then an O-package installed TOR and I think libopenssl, I think was the other package. Yes, lib openssl. Once I got that installed, I did some changes. I went and changed the TOR RC file. I came down here, made sure it was run as daemon 1. I changed the data directory to etc TOR data. I changed the hidden service directory and hidden service port. So hidden service directory, etc TOR, other hidden service I made, and then the hidden service port, running this on port 22, so a hidden service of SSH 127.0.0.1, 22, all the way down at the bottom of the file. I just made sure the user was TOR. So with that set up, I went ahead and made directory etc TOR other hidden service. I did make a directory TOR for my data, and then you do chown-r TOR etc TOR. From there I did a chmod 700 etc TOR other hidden service with a little right there. I did a chown TOR on the etc TOR like that. You do service enable, or service, TOR enable, followed by a service TOR start. After that, you should be able to take a look at your directories that you created, and you'll now find your host name there or your .onion address. Now, same thing, OpenWRT. It's going to take a while for the data to link up to the network. The thing that's unique about that GL and it 750 router is it has enough flash to fit everything that I want to possibly install on this router in flash. So no SD card, no USB memory, nothing. It's literally all on the flash. Granted, these certs and all these files constantly writing, or at least at first writing and syncing, probably not good for the flash. But again, I just wanted to see if this worked. The other thing is we install the RTL-SDR. like I did in the other video. So now we should, okay, so let's see. So we've got that. The TOR network is synced up. Now what you would want to do obviously is, like I showed in the other video, set RTL TCP in your services area so that every time your router would boot up, it would just automatically be running. But because I don't have that set up right now, I'll just go ahead and do it manually. Do that. Check out the help file. We'll do a -A127.0.0.1. Do a -N8 and a -B8. Okay, so that is running over here on the OpenWRT. Now, what I found is if we do torify SSH root at the onion address -L. Now see right here where I've put before the 1, 2, 3, 4. I found that important. Otherwise, it would not authorize the forwarding and the what I wanted to happen here, which was so port 1, 2, 3, 4 on the local host is going to go over to 1, 2, 3, 4 on the OpenWRT router, which we know on the OpenWRT router by default it's listening on 120 or 1, 2, 3, 4 for the RTL TCP. So now I'll do this. I'm connecting through the TOR network to the OpenWRT router. Now you could fork it in the background and some other things, but I'm just for the purposes of this, I'm just showing. So I'm connected in the background. This action here is occurring. So now if I go to, actually let's see, if I go to, I'll just open it this way here. If I go to Gqrx, you can see everything. I've already had it before. If I change to Spectrum server, I change this to 127.1. So now through the TOR network, you ready for this? I'm accessing my RTL-SDR. Now, the performance, not that great. Now, maybe that's the internet. Maybe you could do some improvements, some changes, but the audio is, cutting in and out. I'm sure maybe it's the amount of data that's trying to go across the TOR network. The same basic performance happened when I used a hotspot on my phone off the cellular network, laptop connected to it. The OpenWRT was connected to landline internet, two completely separate networks, no port forwarding, nothing, and I was able to go in and access the OpenWRT router and do essentially what I'm showing you here. So a lot of other things you could obviously do that maybe don't need as much bandwidth once you are into the OpenWRT router that you've placed out there. I'm sure there's a world of possibilities.